Hey guys, and welcome back to our social distancing social media show, Get to Know a Better Business. Today I spoke to accredited business owner Jamie Gomez. He owns Big G's Pizza in Wrigleyville, and we talked about how he's been able to keep his employees working despite all of the challenges of COVID 19. I just want to welcome you to our second ever episode of Get to Know a Better Business, something clearly that you guys are. You're doing amazing things around Chicago. Can you just tell me a little bit about this initiative and how you thought of it?
Yeah, so first, thanks for doing this interview. I really appreciate you taking the time to ask me about what we're doing here at Big G's Pizza. The idea was sort of a combination of how can I help my friends who are healthcare workers? How can I help my staff and keep the business alive? And how can I help my friends who want to support Big G's
Right.
not feel so helpless? And, thankfully, donating towards the restaurant of buying pizza and sending it to the hospitals and feeding hospital employees, I think it'll resonate with a lot of people because right now everyone's really looking towards them to save our lives or, at least help us when we're sick. And so, I thought about it and I reached out to my friends who work at the hospitals first. And once I got that green light, we went forward with the idea and I went on social media, put together some videos and luckily we had a really great response, really positive response from my friends and regular customers that come in at Big G's. And so it really took off. It was really awesome.
That's awesome. And you have this Post-it note campaign where you put Post-it notes on
Yeah.
the wall. That's a prepaid pizza. Talk about that.
I thought, there's a way that I can help by using some of this money that we've raised. We can put these Post-it notes on this wall where our logo is in our restaurant. And it's a way for people who come into the restaurant, if they've been recently laid off, if they're a student who relied on the school lunches, if they want a slice of pizza, they can come in and grab a Post-it note. It's basically a slice of pizza that's been sponsored by a donor. And they can use the Post-it note as a form of payment for the slice of pizza.
It seems like integrity and trust are really kind of run through the fabric of Big G's. You said your kitchen managers have been there for a long time. Can you kind of talk about how that, you even have something called an integrity seal now. Talk about how integrity and trust and caring for your employees is an integral part of what Big G's is.
So we're using these stickers to sort of seal our pizza boxes or to seal our plastic bags that have wings or garlic knots or desserts as a way to kind of build a little bit more trust with our customers, to let them know that, if there's any sort of concern or fear about the food that they're ordering being tampered with, either by an employee or a driver, whether that be through DoorDash, Uber Eats, Caviar, Postmates, that sort of gets figured out. We're making every step that we can to ensure that what you're ordering from us is safe, and it hasn't been tampered with. Opening a restaurant and having it open for many years, it really comes down to having integrity. And so with my staff and I, we revisit these topics all the time about quality control and holding our standards as high as we can, to make sure that our customers are happy and that there's a consistent product. And consistency is more about the quality control and not necessarily just doing the same old thing every day, every week for 8 years. We feature different slices every 2 weeks to kind of keep things exciting and new and innovative. And then our staff, they're always making sure that we're holding high standards of hygiene at the restaurant and cleaning, and making sure that when we have our annual health inspection with the city of Chicago, that when they come in, they know that we're working really hard to have a clean kitchen and, make sure that there's no reason for them to have any doubts about the way we operate our restaurant.
Our slogan is the sign of a better business. That's what we're looking for. That's who we want, on our roster. Can you talk a little bit about what being a better business means to you?
Building those relationships really matters to us, and it's really helped us along the way because it's really it's a community. Even though Wrigleyville is very chaotic and very party centered, these are real people that are working to make a living, to make ends meet. And so we try to like really build a really genuine relationship with all of the people in the community.
Can you tell me, do you know how many, like, approximately slices you've been able to give out to healthcare workers?
Right now, with the donations that we've received from people from around Chicago and around the world, we're on track to donate an additional 600 pizzas.
Wow.
So we're just going to keep going strong. Right now, we're trying to average at least 60 pizzas a day to hospitals across Chicago. We've been to 25 different hospitals in Chicago in the last 2 weeks. We will be going back to a lot of these hospitals and providing pizza for all of them, and they're just so grateful. It's like such a rewarding experience because they're just so appreciative, and they're happy and they're smiling. And I know that we're just one of numerous restaurants in Chicago that are on this bandwagon of providing and supporting our healthcare workers. We're only able to do this through the support of the community. Like, if it wasn't for the donations that were coming in from all the different people around the world, this wouldn't be possible. I mean, this campaign probably would have ended on its third day.
Right.
And we're already at this point into our third week. And so it's incredible, And so it's been really overwhelming to see how much support we're getting from everyone around the world and from Chicago, It's been great.
I think it takes a really special business to be able to, be able to solicit international donations.
Hopefully, stories like what we're doing here won't be unique. Hopefully that across the country and around the world, there's a lot of other places that are doing something similar, and showing that sort of camaraderie among people is really what's going to hopefully get us through this. And just hopefully we'll be able to stick together and support each other.
And I think that's going to be part of history too, how businesses innovated to tackle something. You can't compare this to anything at all. So the fact that you were able to, when you were put under pressure, you came up with something creative, and that's awesome.
I just want to say thank you again for your time and for taking the time to ask me how we're doing and about our campaign. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks so much for joining us on our social distancing social media show, Get to Know a Better Business. We look forward to bringing you more great interviews soon.